everybody. Welcome to Seasons with me, Ronnie, and
Lizzie.
yeah. Today we're going to be talking about your thoughts, how your thoughts matter. So that's quite
It's a very vast topic, really. And there's several ways of looking at it.
yeah. But whatever the way it is, what we're here to discuss is what are we thinking about on a day-to-day basis? How do we look at things? Is it always is the glass always half full or half empty? Because we're told that as you think, that basically becomes you.
Yeah.
So how do you think on a day-to-day basis? What do you think about on a day-to-day basis? For you, what do you think about on a day-to-day basis?
I'd like to have positive thoughts, even in the midst of adversity. I like to see, I'm a forward-thinking person. I'm a solution provider. I like to find a solution and to get to the bottom of it. I'm always thinking, okay, what lessons do I learn from this? And it has to be positive lessons, because that's the only way I survive as an individual. I don't like to sit down and think about all the negative. I don't like my thoughts to be negative. I don't like to sit down and moan. It's not that I don't, because I do. I'm as human as the next person. But I would rather have a positive outlook on whatever is happening around me.
Sometimes things happen to shake us up. You may get a call from the school of one of your children. This has happened. How do you handle those thoughts? Do you get a call from the principal or whatever? Do you say, "Oh my goodness, this has happened. That has happened"? For many, for the average, by the time they get to the school, they have seen all manner of negative things. From the chap being in an accident, from the chap being expelled, etc. They have programmed so many things in their thoughts, and what it paralyzes them until they get there. Yes, I do understand, and it's something that as a parent or as an individual with attachment would feel. But on a day-to-day basis, how do we handle our thoughts, our memory, our mind? How do we handle it in the things that we do? What do we feed our thoughts with? Most people say the word of God, and of course it's wonderful. When you close that page, what are your thoughts in relation to your people, in relation to life in general? It's a very important topic. What are your thoughts on the job? What are your thoughts in the family, in industry, in ministry? What are your thoughts? It's important because we know before we talk about speakings and confession, it starts at the thought level. So we talk about changing confession, you need to change your thoughts first. And if you have to ask yourself today, you will know how well your thoughts have served you by where you are today. If all is well, all is wonderful, you're doing as you should, then your thoughts have worked so far, and keep it up and improve it. But if all you see around you are things that you wish you hadn't seen, or you're not seeing, or you hadn't been through, then your thoughts aren't serving you. It's important to have positive thoughts, but these are words and slogans that we band around. What do we mean by positive? How do we convert it to positivity in a world of very negative people and things?
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah, you can't go around life thinking that everything is also bad and also negative. The only way to build yourself up and to grow is to actually have positive thoughts. Now you say, "Oh, all these bad things are happening to me," and then you sit down and find yourself moaning and groaning, and you have to get past it. And to get past it is by having positive thoughts. It's by saying to yourself, "This cannot last always. This is a phase, going through a phase, and hopefully the phase will pass quickly as opposed to much later." And in the process, just working up your mind, building up your thoughts and saying, "Listen, I get past this, and then I'm going on to another phase, which is a positive phase, which is not as bad as where you come from." It is not a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park at all. You have to keep working on your thoughts and keep praying on your thoughts and keep at it and at it. Sometimes, people might think you have your head in the cloud because you probably want to see it as positive as opposed to what they really think the situation is But that might be your own way of coping. You know, people might just say, "Oh, okay, they're not trying to face the situation as it is." But if you have a positive thought, it makes it a lot easier to face whatever situation. The worst thing you can do to yourself is going through a very bad situation and thinking the worst of the situation. You have to work on your thoughts to ask yourself, okay, how do I come through this? How do I get past this? And of course, trying to keep your sanity while you're doing all of this. Because if you lose it, then obviously you just drown yourself in misery. So your thoughts are extremely important.
And there's some of you that have had one awful thing happen after another. We're talking in terms of sustained attack of one thing after another. Right from childhood,
Yeah.
you become an adult and it continues in different forms. Well, we're here to say to you that as much as it sounds very unpopular, you had a part to play in it because you attract what you give out. If it wasn't you, somebody before you did it. But it can stop with you at any time by cultivating proper thinking patterns. There are internal speakings. They call it the inner voice. What is the inner voice saying to you? Have you learned to silence the inner voice if it's not speaking what you need to hear? We're not a bundle of mass that is there at the mercy of the elements. No. We have been given powerful tools to make a difference and cultivate the lifestyle that we want. And it starts with our thoughts. What we're encouraging you to do today, seize your thoughts. Do an audit, it's a favorite word of mine. Do an audit. Take a 10-minute, 30-minute period. Write down what you think about. You will see a pattern. And that's a key to thinking of how. For every negative thought, write a positive one. And before long, your internal speakings will change to something that you want to hear. So it's just an invitation to think about what you are thinking about, because it starts with the mind.
I guess we'll be addressing this topic sometime much later.
That's true.
So we would like to hear your opinions on this. So for today,
Yeah, I'm Ronnie.
and I'm Rosie.
Till next time.
Next time.
Bye.
Bye.